society loving vampires because they're always at the peak of their physical prime. And I still think there's a lot in that. This time I'll give you my economic theory. In depressed economic times, people always read more fantasy literature. That's a fact. And I think vampires are just the hot thing now. Next it'll be zombies or I don't know. You know, it's like Star Trek. Does that make sense? Yeah. Not so much.
I think part of it is, I mean, economic in another way, is nothing succeeds like success. When one vampire book or series, it comes out and it's popular because it's wonderful, then people read it, and writers think, wow, that was fun. They get inspired and they want to write it too. And readers are looking for more of it. It's like, well, I finished all of Charlaine. She's only doing one freaking book a year. We've got to have something to read the rest of the time. So the demand is there. When something is good, when something is inspirational, I think it just pulls more. And so when Anne Rice started her stuff, there was a wave after her. I don't know if there was a wave after Stoker or not. Les would probably know that far better than I do.
Well, what's interesting to see too is the camps that are developing. I did a panel at Comic-Con on vampires, and you've done several a few years ago, and it was opposite the Twilight panel. We were clearly the anti-Twilight panel. Sort of, you know, if you wanted hissing and vampire noises, you know, you talk about Twilight. It was the crowd that really wanted to talk about 30 Days of Night and True Blood, which is lots of blood, lots of scary stuff, not so much the, oh, aren't they wonderful, lovely people. Dana, you're the advocate of that crowd. Misunderstood, right?
Misunderstood. Well, I think it's interesting if you have, if you're outnumbered and you have superpowers. This is where I draw on my comic book geek thing. It's like, it feels like very much X-Men to me. You have superpowers and you're trying to do the right thing. But if people find out you have these powers, they're going to react violently against you. So you're compelled to do right, well, not do right, but to protect humanity. But you can't ever get caught. And because that would expose you, your family, and everything else, possibly lead the world into who knows what kind of chaos. Look, vampires aren't that cuddly.
They're not that nice.
They're not that nice. I mean, Claudia can fight. I mean, she's a very buttoned-down psychiatrist, but she can fight up a storm. And she turns purple. It's fun. She's not sparkly enough. But I mean, wasn't there an article in was it Salon or Slate a while back where they looked at the past 100 years, and every year in every decade there had been a vampire craze in popular fiction. And so I think this is just if every century gets, or every decade, or every age gets the Mozart it deserves, perhaps every age gets the vampires it deserves as well. We're just seeing a variety of that now. But I don't see that my word cuddly, though probably Jerry is. I just think the idea that it's very much in the X-Men, in the superhero who can't reveal his true self to everyone. And I like that loneliness, which I think is very much in the vampire.